Hey guys, good morning all. Yeah guys, welcome to all for the wonderful workshop on AI, machine learning, and generative AI. Okay, now in today's workshop, not only we discuss about the concepts, all those things, we discuss about practical implementation also. Okay, that means from understanding the concepts and real world applications and the future impact also. Okay, we'll see about all those things one by one. Yeah, hope. Yeah, good morning. Think someone is Wopo. Please change your name with the original name.
Sorry, one
Good morning.
second, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, students who are all log in with your mobile number, please replace your original name because it will help us to give the certificate to you. Because you all know about we are all giving the issuing the participation certification the students who are participated in this seminar. So if you get this mobile number, we can't trace out your original name to send your certificate. So please understand and change your name. Yeah, thank you, Neil. Sorry, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Now, concepts. Okay, first we understand the concepts and so we discuss about some real world applications and the future impact of the AI. Okay, these technologies, AI, machine learning, and generative AI. And from understanding about of this AI to building a real world solutions. That's what we see about today's class. Okay, and now when it comes to the thing, first we start with why are we talking about AI today? Why we need this one means why we need to discuss, is there any new part all this means? No, it is AI is already part of our daily life, but we are starting learning about, or we are starting talking about AI from today. Okay, but AI is already in our daily life. Okay, how AI is already in our daily life? Suppose if you take a mobile phone, okay, if you use the face lock, right? Okay, that is behind it is a AR machine learning only. That means it needs to recognize your face. Okay, if it the features of your face matches with them, with that, then only, yeah, to on the phone. Otherwise, it can't unlock. That is how they go, recognize your patterns. All those things behind there is a machine learning. And every industry is using AI to improve the efficiency. Every industry means, sorry guys. Every industry means from small industry to big industries using AI to increase their efficiency and increase their some automation, automated works, all those things. Okay, that means to replace the automated works. Okay, that means the repetitive tasks, we have some repetitive tasks, right? To replace those repetitive tasks, they are using the AI, and it helps to automate the task. That's what I mentioned, like, and save the time. And AI is transforming how we learn, work, and communicate. That means with the help of AI, the learning process will change, the working process will change, the communication is also changed. Okay, we see about, okay, this is the changes. Okay, we have one thought like a will what we call as a replace our jobs, all those things. But it can't replace our jobs. It can change how we learn and how we work. That is okay. And now I will let you know in the future, like in the next slides, what is the impact of this AI on our roles also. I mean, our on our jobs also. Okay, this is about the AI. This is why we are talking about the AI. Okay, and now see about some examples where we use AI. Some real life examples. We can use this AI or ML for personalized recommendations in a Netflix and an Amazon, all those things. Why? Because where we how we can use this means if you take an Netflix or any Amazon like Prime Videos, all those things. Okay, here you are watching one movies, automatically suggest some recommended movies, automatically recommend some movies, right? And how they can recommend means based on your your interest. Maybe previously you watched more the comedy movies or dramatic movies or any some thriller movies like that. Okay, based on those things, it is going to suggest you the next movies. That means here based on the each and every customer has the different suggestions. How they get means based on your previous activities. That means that is nothing but the personalized recommendation based on the each and every customer interest. Okay, they will give you the personal recommendation for each and every one. And smart assistance is nothing but already we know the Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, all those things. Okay, these are all powered by the AIML. Okay, and we have chatbots like ChatGPTs, or if you take any mini chatbots like each and every customer care is using the AI chatbots right now. Okay, these are all powered by the AIML and fraud detection in banking also. Like if you want to find the fraud transactions in banking, mainly why we use means in banking, this is financial. It is one of the main important thing, and each and every day some millions of transactions are doing in the entire world, right? And from those millions of transactions, finding the fraud transaction is very difficult, but with the help of these things means these technologies, AI, machine learning, you can detect those fraud transactions easily. Okay, these are all powered by the AI and the ML. That's why we need to talk about that. Means from each and every industry, if you take like a entertaining platforms, social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. These are all powered by the AI machine learning. And if you take some any e-commerce websites, like any shopping malls, like shopping websites, like if you take a Meesho or any Amazon or any Flipkart. Okay, all that means if you think about this, from each and every small industry to big industry, each and every industry, each and every platform, each and every startup company or it may be MNC company, each and everything using the AI. That means if you are what we call as a what it mean, if you are want to stay in the what we society in this growing society, then you need to talk about AI and you need to learn about AI. But because everything, okay, that means every industry is using those AI means, okay, those are looking for the people who has that skills. That's it, right? So we need to learn about this thing. Okay. And finally, you say that you are already using AI in every day. Okay, even if you don't realize that, you don't realize it also. So you need to learn about AI and you need to know about it, and that means you have a huge number of positives and negatives, and you what we call as a disadvantages also. And you are if you are aware of the AI, then you will aware of I mean you can't get the affected by the disadvantages of AI. You can use the most advantages only. Okay, that is why you need to learn about AI, and we see about in depth about these things now. Okay, and first we see about what is artificial intelligence. What an exact artificial intelligence is nothing but here we are giving the ability machines to perform the task like a humans, like without any human intelligence. Here we are giving the ability to machines to think like a humans. That's it. That is nothing but to think like a humans and to make a decision like a human. That is nothing but the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. We are giving the intelligence to the artificial machines. Okay, that is the artificial machine is an artificial thing that is created by humans. That is the machines, right? So that is nothing but a artificial intelligence, giving the ability to machines to perform like a humans, but without human intelligence. That means without any human involvement, not human intelligence, without human involvement. Here the machines automatically make a decisions. That means we are giving that ability to the machines. That is nothing but the artificial intelligence. And see here, and what it can do means AI will enables the machines to think, learn, and make decisions like a humans. Okay, we can think, we can learn, and we can make decisions. Okay, that means we perform some tasks. Same ability is giving to the machines is nothing but the artificial intelligence. And it tries to, which one this AI tries to simulate the human intelligence. Simulate the human intelligence means simulates the same how humans can act, how humans can make a decision, how humans can learn. Same like that, it is also going to try and it is also going to execute. Okay, that is nothing but that is the nothing but the artificial intelligence, and where it mainly focuses means It is mainly focused on problem solving, decision making, and pattern recognition. That means it recognizes the patterns. According to that, that means it learns the data. Okay, suppose if you want to remember anything, how you will remember? Okay, based on the suppose if you take any one person's photo or any one person's thing, we remember the features, right? According to that, we can recognize them. Okay, same like that. Here also they mention the pattern recognition. Recognize the pattern. Okay, we see about in that about those things. Okay, and now what are the real world examples of how? First, we have a face recognition, that is unlocking false. Okay, this in this we use the AI and voice assistants like Google Assistants, Alexa, already we discussed, right? Okay, in these places we use the artificial intelligence and self-driving cars. Already, all you know, I think, right? Heard about this self-driving cars. Okay, and in the self-driving cars, they use the AI to observe the environment and to make a decision based on the environment, based on the surroundings. That means whether it moves to the right or moves left or it go fast or it go slow. Okay, like that, based on the environment or surroundings, it is going to make a decision. Okay, like based on the situation, based on the surroundings, only, we are also make a decision, like whether we are going to take a right or left or go straight like that, right? Whenever driving. Okay, same like that in a artificial intelligence also. Okay, same like that we use in a self-driving cars, and same we can use in a for chatbot answering options. Okay, almost if you use any banking applications or any some different application like any healthcare like that. Okay, they are maximum using the chatbots. Okay, that means if you have any queries or any questions, you ask their questions, they will answer that questions. The chatbot will answer, not any humans. Okay, but if you are not satisfied with that, then we will go for that is a second step. But see here, the chatbots answering question, that is where you will go with some any bankings or any healthcare, any hospitals like that. Mostly they are using the chatbots answering questions. That means it decreases the time. And next, finally say that AI is nothing but making a machines behave like humans in specific tasks. Remember that one? In a specific task. Okay, this is the this is about artificial intelligence. And now we see about next one, the machine learning, and this is we call as a heart of the artificial intelligence. Why it is the heart of the artificial intelligence means without machine learning, artificial intelligence can't get that much power. Okay, that means without machine learning, there is no power for artificial intelligence. So we call it as a machine learning is the heart of the artificial intelligence. Okay, and what this machine learning is a subset of AI, that is subset of artificial intelligence that enables systems to learn from the data. That means in normally without machine learning, all those things, we write the instructions, right? We write the code line by line. We write the rules, each and every rule. Suppose if it happens like this, then go select this, or if it happens like this. Suppose if you know about a if then else, right? If else or if then else. Okay, the statements. Same that means here we have some condition where writing some rules. If that rule satisfies, then execute this one. That means like that we're writing the each and every rule when before machine learning. But when it comes to the machine learning, here it automatically learns from the data. That was the mention, like it enables systems to learn from the data without being explicitly programmed. That means explicitly programmed is without being any written instructions. We don't need to write any instructions. Okay, without writing instructions, it can learn from the data. That means it can learn from the data and it can write its own instructions. Okay, if you write the instructions manually, there is a chance for missing one or two rules, or there is a chance for writing the mismatched conditions. Okay, that misleading conditions. But when you use this machine learning, it can automatically learns from the data. That means based on the data, it exactly captures the patterns. So there is no mismatch and there is no complexity is there. Okay, and instead of here, that's what I mentioned, right? Instead of writing rules, we train the system with the data, and the system learns from the patterns from the past data. And based on that patterns, it is going to make a predictions on new data. That means if I want, I am teaching you about the AI machine learning and generative AI. Before this, before I'm teaching to you, I need to learn, right? I need data. That means I need to learn. Which how I need to learn means with the help of the data. What is the data here? Okay, suppose I searched for different websites, or I use different textbooks. I refer to different textbooks and different what we call some articles, all those things. Okay, these are all the data. Okay, from those things I collect the information. I stored it. That means I learned from those things. And now I'm delivering to you with different style, like how you can understand, I mean, based on the things. Okay, but here, okay, same like that here also in the machine learning also. Here, before it is going to make a prediction, before that it needs to train the data. That means it needs to learn from the data. Okay, and if suppose if you think like that, if I studied at the wrong place, that means I studied the wrong machine learning definition. Okay, if I studied that one, same thing I delivered here also. Why? Because that's what I studied. Okay, same thing in the machine learning also. Okay, if you train the machine learning model on a bad data, it gives the bad predictions only. If you train the on the good data, it gives the good predictions. Okay, that means same humans how they can act, same like that this machine learning and AI can act. But before that one, they need data. We also need data. Okay, that means if you think like in a society, we have different professionals. Okay, but all are humans only. But how they become different professionals means based on their learning. That means someone will become the CA. Why? Because based on their input data. Okay, and someone will become the engineer. How they will become engineer means based on the input data only. Okay, and someone will become some doctors. Okay, how they will become doctors? Based on the input data. Okay, in doctors we have some specialist. Okay, how they become this? With the help of Monica. Telugu you share, sir. Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, yeah. What we are discussing? Yeah. Mm, yeah, how they will learn the data means మనం ఏదైతే చదువుతాం ఏదైతే నేర్చుకున్నాం సేమ్ లైక్ దట్ వీ కెన్ యాక్ట్ ఇన్ అ ఫ్యూచర్. ఓకే, దట్ మీన్స్ it completely depends on what you learn. That is about the machine learning. Okay, and first we need to give the data as input మన data process చేసాం, then based on the input data it can learn. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, that is how we can learn from the data, and same that is the process of machine learning. Okay, and some real world examples are, okay, email spam detection means here we are detecting the given mail. Okay, mail is scam కాదా అనేది డిటెక్ట్ చేయాలి మనం. Machine learning. Okay, that means how we are using this machine learning means suppose if you take a thing like with you get a mail. Okay, suppose I mean normally we get only one or two mails in a day, but if you take any professional company or anything, okay, at that time we get a lots of mails. Okay, n number of mails, suppose ఒక 100 mails వస్తాయి, 200 mails వస్తాయి. From those things are thousands mails కూడా వచ్చేస్తుంటాయి. Okay, from those things we are need to find the spam mails. Spam mails means maybe some fraud detections, or some maybe from fraud mails, or any what we call some hackers also will send the mails, right? Some duplicate mails. Okay, we need to detect that. We need to find that. Find it means వాటిని మనం గుర్తించి వాటిని separate చేయాలి. How we are going to separate them, or observe them, identify them means here we use the machine learning. Okay, for that we give some data to the machine learning. Okay, ఏం డేటా ఇస్తామంటే సమ్ స్పామ్ మెయిల్స్ ఉన్న డేటా ఇస్తాం, సమ్ స్పామ్ నాట్ స్పామ్ ఇస్తాం అనమాట. ఈ రెండు డేటా మనం మిషన్ లెర్నింగ్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తామంటే దెన్ ఇట్ కెన్ లర్న్ విచ్ ఇస్ ద స్పామ్ అండ్ విచ్ ఇస్ ద నాట్ స్పామ్. బట్ బికాస్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఫీచర్స్, okay, based on the text or based on the paragraphs and based on the meaning of the text, based on the each and every word in the mail. Considering all, వీటిని బేస్ చేసుకునేసి it will predict whether it is a spam is a mail is a spam or not. And same for house price prediction. Okay, and same for a product recommendations, and same for credit score prediction also. Okay, but means if you have a, for each and everyone we have a credit score, right? It is very important in our daily life. Okay, in this also we use this machine learning. Okay, we see about one example, practical example for house price prediction. Now I will show you that thing. Okay, and now see here, this ML machine learning is nothing but learning from the data instead of programming every step. That is nothing but the machine learning. Okay, that means how it was means first we are giving the input data. Okay, మన input data ఇస్తాము. Then learning algorithms will learn the data. Okay, will go through the data and recognize the patterns. After learning, okay, it creates one model, and that model is used for predictions on new data. Okay, that is the thing about machine learning. And now we see about the next one, that is about the generative AI. Now generative AI is 1 minute, guys. Yeah, sorry. Now what generative AI is? Okay, up to now we discussed about AI and machine learning, right? Yeah, and adapt that up to we discuss artificial intelligence, machine learning. But when it comes to the generative AI, that means AI and machine learning is used for decision making. అక్కడ మన AI or machine learning దేనికి యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే decision making కోసం or future prediction కోసం యూజ్ చేస్తాం. But when it comes to the generative AI, instead of making a predictions, it is going to create a new content. అంటే నార్మల్గా predictions are డెసిషన్స్ తీసుకునే దానికంటే ఇక్కడ జనరేటివ్ అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం కొత్త కంటెంట్ ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ టెక్స్ట్ కావచ్చు, ఇట్ మే బి ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఇమేజెస్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ కోడింగ్, లైక్ జావా పైథాన్ కోడింగ్. ఓకే, అండ్ ఆడియోస్ ఆర్ ఈవెన్ మోర్. Okay, we are creating the things. Okay, we are creating a new content, that is nothing but the generative AI. We are generating the new content with the help of the AI. That's why we call it as a generative AI. Think this image. Okay, suppose here it is a generative AI. It can message and it can write the text. It can implement, can create the voice. It can create the videos. It can create the images, or it can create the coding. Okay, this is nothing but the generative AI. Okay, that means other than the I mean one side AI and ML is used for making a decisions. The generative is another side for not only making the decisions, it is going to create the new content in the form of like this. That's what I mentioned. Like it is goes beyond analysis. Beyond analysis, మనం AI and machine learning analysis purpose కోసం యూస్ చేస్తాం. But here it goes beyond analysis and it creates a new data. Same, it also learns from the large data sets. That means ఇక్కడ మనకి న్యూ కంటెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలన్నా కూడా మనకి ఏం కావాలి? డేటా కావాలి. లైక్ మీరు క్రియేటివ్ గా ఆలోచించాలంటే కూడా మీకు ప్రీవియస్ గా డేటా కావాలి. సేమ్ లైక్ దట్ హియర్ మిషన్స్ ఆల్సో. And generates a human like output, and it works with multiple formats. That's what I mentioned, like text, images, code, audios, videos. Okay, like that difference. Okay, and now see here the popular examples. We have a chat GPT. Okay, chat GPT or perplexity, all those things. Okay, these are our generates the text, answers the questions, and it can even produce the code also. Okay, we have some multiple AI tools now, right? And we have some AI image generators. The best example is the Nano Banana. It creates the images very clearly. If you give the text also, okay, by text means by describing an image. Okay, మీకు ఒక ఇమేజ్ కావాలి, దాన్ని డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తూ మీరు టెక్స్ట్ రాసి కూడా మీరు ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చారంటే దెన్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద టెక్స్ట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్ వన్ ఇమేజ్. Okay, and code generators, they will write the code also. If you give the prompt, they will generate the code. Okay, that means generative is nothing but AI that can create, not just analyze. There is nothing but the Gen AI. Okay, generative AI, Gen AI, whatever it is. Okay, guys, this is about AI, machine learning, and generative AI. Okay, now we see about the difference between both. All that is AI, ML, and Gen AI. Okay, the AI, suppose here, see here. Observe the thing. Artificial intelligence is the broad thing. Okay. And subset of artificial intelligence is a machine learning. And inside that we have a generative AI. Inside we have a LLMs, large language models. These generative AI, that is nothing more than chat GPTs, perplexity or Grok, Cloud. All these are powered by the LLMs. LLM is nothing but the large language models. Okay. Based on these LLMs based చేసుకొని మనకి జనరేటివ్ అనేసి సపోజ్ ఈ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద థింగ్స్ ఓకే దిస్ జనరేటివ్ అన్ని కూడా వర్క్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. దట్ మీన్స్ దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ మెన్షన్ లైక్ ఏ ఇస్ ద బ్రాడ్ ఫీల్డ్ ఆఫ్ మేకింగ్ machines intelligent, and inside that we have a machine learning. It is a subset of AI. Okay, what is the use of this one? The systems will learn from the data here. And generative AI is nothing but it is a subset of ML. ML is nothing but the machine learning, and here it generates the systems that can create the new content. Here we're giving the ability to systems to create new content. There is nothing but the generative AI. Okay, this is the simple difference between AI, machine learning, and generative AI. That's it. And now we see about, guys, the real world applications where we use this AI in modern industries. Okay, now see here. We use in a healthcare for disease predictions, medical imaging analysis, patient triage automation, personalized treatment recommendations, all those things we use this healthcare. That is personal recommendation treatment means personal treatment recommendations means for each and every customer we have some different uh, daily routines and different diseases, different diseases and different stages also. Okay, maybe it is in a beginner stage, or it may be moderate, or it may be a severe stage. That means based on the considering all those things, it gives you the personalized treatment for each and every patient. But it is not the what we call it. It is impossible. It is not possible with normally. But with the help of these modern applications, like modern technologies like AI or machine learning, all those things, we can achieve these ones. So because for each and every customer we need to give means the doctor can analyze that thing. Okay, it takes some more time to analyze the manually. Okay, and next we use it in a education also for intelligent tutoring systems, AI-based learning platforms, research assistants. That means after getting the chat GPTs, all those things, the AI system tools, the learning approach is also changed completely. Okay, if you check out the things, okay, the learning approach is completely changed. Okay, and now see here, the in finance also we use this thing like the fraud detection or for credit scoring or algorithm trading. Okay, the maybe if you have any traders are there, then it is the best one. And for risk assessment means if you take if you want to take a loan in a bank, okay, bank will check the risk for giving you the loan. Based on the risk, they will approve the loan, and they will decide the loan amount also. Okay, okay, this in behind they are using machine learning. That means they ask for your income or expenditure, all those things. Based on that, it is going to make a prediction like what is the risk of giving a loan, and based on that they will give you the percentage, and based on that they will give you the loan amount also. Okay, the eligible loan amount. Okay, and next we use it in a industry 4.4, that is in digital twins. Digital twins is nothing but we have two machines. Okay, those two machines will communicate each other, and they will communicate and they will work together without any human intelligence. The machines will work together. That means the machines only will communicate and the machines only will exchange the information, and automatically they will do the work without any human intervention. That is the digital twins. Okay, and robotics automation, already we know about it. And that means if you take a robo movie, that is the best example. And industrial IoT analytics and energy optimization. Okay, all these cases we use these technologies. And in transportation also we use these things for self-driving cars, traffic predictions, route optimizations like a Google Maps. Okay, these are behind they are using these AI machine learning models. And entertainment also we use these technologies. Okay, where we use this in entertainment means in movie recommendations. That's what already in the starting we discussed about in Netflix and Amazon Prime videos. And music recommendation, the best one now is the Spotify. Okay, and now for personalized content. That means if you take any YouTube or Instagram, for each and every customer or each and every person, the feed is changing. How the feed is changing means, that means I get one feed, and same time same person will get another feed. How they will get? How will they will differ? Based on their what we call as the interest, based on their previous watch history. They will give you the personalized content for each and everyone. Okay, these are the real world applications. This is the top applications where we use AI or ML, all those things in the industries. Okay, now these are the top things. Okay, we have some more also. Okay, these are the top domains, so the software industries where we use. Okay, guys, and now we see about. Okay, this is about the all those things. Okay, just side about that, and we get to the main important question here. Okay, up to now we studied about the missions will predict the real world values, the real world, they will solve the real world problems. Okay, is that clear? Is that really do? That was the mission. Like the question is, can missions predict the real world values? It is really happens. That means it is possible to do. Okay, that's the question. Now see here, to answer, to now try to answer this question. Like really, they can predict the values. Okay, or not. Okay, now see here. Let's consider one problem, the real world problem. Here I'm taking a predict the price of a house. Okay, I'm taking a predicted price of a house. And based on some important factors here, I'm considering the factors like area in a square feet and the number of bedrooms in the house. Okay, and age of the house. By considering these factors, I'm going to predict the house price. Okay, this is a what we call the on real world issue we have. And here I'm okay. I have one question, that is, whether is it really the machine learning can solve a question, that means predict values or not. Okay, for that purpose, here I'm making I take this question for what we call it, so getting clarity about that thing. Here I'm going to take one question, that is predicting the price of a house. And here I'm considering some factors: area, number of bedrooms, age of the house. Okay, these are the factors I need to consider. And from this, okay, I am now to try the solve the thing. Okay, and before taking one problem, we need to think. Okay, not only here, we need to think why we need to take the problem and what is our ultimate goal. Okay, that's why I mentioned like why this problem means in real it is useful for real life use case. It is a real life use case. It is a useful in the society. It is useful for society members, right? And one more important thing, it is used in a real estate platform. It is the fastest growing what we call the thing. Okay, financially it is a fastest growing one, and each and everyone needs for this one, right? So it helps for both buyers and the sellers to make a decision. Okay, that is my main aim, my target. Who is the my ultimate goal is, it is use help for buyers and the sellers. That means if you are going to create any ML mode or whatever it is, we need clarity about this one. Okay, what is the problem statement, and what is the where we can use this one, and what are the end goal, what is your end goal. Okay, that is the thing you need to define. According to that, we are going to implement the machine learning model. Okay, and see here, the key question here is, if we know the past data, can a machine predict the future prices? Is it possible? That is our question. Okay, now try to answer that question now. Okay, let's see how machine learning solves this problem. Okay, now see the thing one by one. How machine learning solves this problem means, first step one is collects the data. Okay, that gathers the past house data. Why? Because it needs to know, it needs to learn from the past data. That means if you are, if suppose if someone who is already in a real estate, you ask about the thing like how, what is the price of that house or what are the thing. Okay, he considers different term, what we call the things, different factors. According to that, it give one pricing. Why? Because he knows each and everything, and he gives the exact pricing. Okay, maybe a little bit change, that little bit. a difference as compared to the actual price. Okay, same like that here in the machine also we need a past data. Okay, according to that only it is going to make a predictions. So here they mention like example in the past we have a area, bedrooms, number of bedrooms, and age of the house and the price of the house. Okay, we'll collect the data, and in step two we're going to train the model, and that means feed the data to the machine learning model. That means we are giving the data to the machine learning model, and this machine learning model learns the relationship between input variables and output variables. Here, what are the input variables means? Here, the age, bedrooms, and the area. This area, bedroom, number of bedrooms, and the age of house will become the input variables. వీటిలో మనం input variables consider చేస్తున్నాం, and output variable అనేది price. That is the our ultimate aim to predict. మనం దేన్ని predict చేయాలనుకుంటాం, price ని predict చేయాలి. Okay, that is will be the output variable. Okay, and in next step 3, here we are going to make a prediction. That means ఇక్కడ మనం ఒక decisions అనేది తీసుకోండి. That is here we are giving the new house details to the model, and model will take the relationship between the input, and according to that it gives the output. Why? Because already it learns the input and the output relationship. Okay, so the model pick the price according to that. Okay, this is how the machine learning will solve the problem. Okay, this here they mention the workflow. Okay, we have a data and the data is converted to data sets. After converting, we have an algorithm. Okay, that's we are giving the data set to the algorithm, and that algorithm is nothing but the machine learning model. Okay, after learning implements the one machine learning model, and based on that, with the help of machine learning model, we are going to make a predictions. Okay, this is a workflow of a simple workflow of machine learning. Okay, that is nothing but the machine learning finds the patterns in the data and uses them to predict the future values. Okay, this is how we machine learning can works. That means now we see about the theoretically, right? How it is going to do, how it is going to do step by step. Okay, now what we need to do means now we are going to discuss about the practical implementation of how this machine learning can really solve the problem. Which problem? Same this problem only. House price predictions. Okay, now give me a minute. Now we see the practical example. Wait, I'm opening the Google Colab. Is that one to open? Yeah, okay, it takes some time. Wait, 2 minutes. Yeah. Now see here, I already written a code because we don't have that much time to do all those things. That's why I already written. Now see here, first here I imported the code. Wait, I will zoom it. Maybe it will be better to understand. Yeah, now see here. First here I imported the necessary libraries. Why? Because in Python we have all or we have predefined libraries. We don't need to write each and every instruction. Okay, if just we import the libraries and we can use it. Okay, that's it. That is the we don't need to write each and every line. So here we have some predefined libraries. No, now here I am importing that libraries. Okay, see here, observe it carefully. Here I am importing the pandas. Okay, for to work with the data frames, and here I am importing the train test split from sklearn, and here I am importing the linear regression. This is the my algorithm here. Okay, this train test split is nothing but the for splitting the data. That means before training, okay, we are going to split the data for training and testing purposes. I will let you know. Okay, for that purpose, here I will use imported this one, and this is the linear regression is the algorithm or machine learning model. Okay, here I am importing all necessary libraries, so I am running this one. Okay, here I imported the all libraries. It takes a 1 to few seconds. Wait. Yeah, now it runs. Here I imported all the important libraries. After that, here I'm going to load the data set. How we are going to load the data? Means here we have Python pandas, right? Here pandas imported as a PD. That is nothing but alias name. or we call it as a nickname. That means we are giving the nickname to the pandas. Why? Because if you want to use pandas wherever in the program, we need to call that as a pandas dot pandas dot. You need to mention entire name. But without mentioning entire name, we need to mention the PD. Okay. Suppose we all have some alias names. Okay. That means if you have any large name, we make it as short, right? Same like that here. For pandas, we are using a PD. Okay. So mention like a PD dot. We have a method called read Excel, because here in my data set is present in a Excel format. So here I mention like a Excel. If it is in a CSV format, then we mention like a read CSV. That's it. Okay. And here I'm importing here I'm mentioning the path, my path of the data set, and I'm loading the data set here. And this is the for printing the preview of the data set. That means here I'm using this head method to print the top 5 rows of the data set. Okay, that's it. And now I'm running this one. No directory. Wait a second. Guys. 1 minute. The desktop first guys. Yeah, guys, I'm importing the thing already imported, but it raises some issue. Maybe so. I'm Yeah, I'm copying the path. Now I'm pasting here. Yeah, guys. Now see here. Now we get the top 5 rows of my data set. That means here I have a columns like area. Right? I have a columns like area, number of bedrooms, and the age of the house and the price. So here it mentioned like each and every data from top to. Okay, here it gives the only top 5 rows. Why? Because here use the head method, right? This head method gives the top 5 rows of my data set. Okay, so I'll give the top 5 rows of my data set. After loading, after here I'm loaded and I showed you the data set into the data variable, right? And after that, what we need to do means we need to define the feature. That means we need to define what are the input features and what are the output features. That means we need to tell the machine learning model what is the input and what is the output. According to that, it will learn the relationship between the input and the output features. Okay, so here I'm telling that this is my input, that is my area, bedroom, age, and these are the input features. I'm storing it is into the X. Okay, if you think like X is the input and Y is the output. Okay, so and price is the output, right? So I'm importing the price and that is stored into the Y variable. Okay, now X is the input and Y defines the output, right? So again that here I'm define the features. After that we need to run that one also. Yes, I ran it that one. And what we need to do means here we are going to split the data. Split the data is nothing for training and testing purpose. We need to split the data. Why? Because why we need to split means, okay, you need to test the data, right? For testing purpose, we need to separate some data. Okay, so that is nothing but the train test split or splitting data. Okay, why? Because if you test the on the same training data, we get the correct outputs only. Why? Because it already runs that one. But if you test that one on a new data, then only you will know how the model is good, how the model is good is. Okay, that's why we need to split the data. Okay, here it is a X train, X test. That is X train is nothing but the training input data. X test stores the testing input data. Y train stores the test training output data, sorry, input data, output data, and Y test stores the testing output data. Okay, here I'm mentioning the size of the test size, that is a 0.2. Usually we take it as a 80% for training and 20% data for testing purpose. Okay, that's what here mentioned, like a 0.2 is nothing but the 20%. Okay, 20% data is taken for testing and remaining for a training. Okay, that's what I split the data. After that, here I need to create the model. How we are going to create a model means here we use the model name, and here it is a linear regression model, right? That is the algorithm you need to mention like this here. Okay, so here I creating a model. After creation of model, we need to train the model. How we are going to train the model? Like this, we have a fit method. Okay, your model name dot fit, and inside that you need to pass the training data, X train and a Y train. Okay, and here I'm going to print one message like a model training completed after this one, after executing this one for a confirmation. Okay, and now what we need to do, we are going to make a prediction. After training, we need to make a prediction. Okay, here I'm giving a sample house data, that is a 1200, that is square feet, I mean area, and the 3 bedrooms and a 5 years of age. Okay, same like that, how the data set, in which order the data set columns are, same order we need to give in the data also. Okay, and we are going to predict the predicted price is become the predict. Here we are going to use the predict method to make a predictions. Okay, inside that we are going to pass that data set. Okay, now see here I'm running this one. Now see here we get a price is, okay, 43 lakhs 30,000 232 rupees. Okay, for this area of what we call as a house. Okay, so for suppose here I'm increasing the area. Now see here, observe it carefully. Now based on the size area increases, the house price is also automatically increases. Okay, suppose here I'm increasing the age, suppose 15. Now see here,
అవసరం
wait,
Hmm?
sorry, wait, I'm increasing this number of bedrooms also. Now see here, sorry, now see here, based on the number of bedrooms and the age, the price is also automatically increases. Okay, that means based on the input, it is going to make a predictions. It will give you the output, that make a predictions, the house price prediction based on these things. It's clear, guys? Okay, this is about how we actually see the implementation part. Like based on these things, it is possible, right? Like this, we are going to make a predictions. Okay, same like first we collect the data and we train the model, and we are going to make a prediction. Okay, those machine learning finds the patterns in the data and uses them to predict the future. This is about the machine learning, how we see about how it will learn. Okay, now we see about, can AI generate exactly what we want? That means I already told you that AI will generate the generate the data, that is a generative AI. Okay, it will generate the new data, that's what I told you, right? Now see about the thing, like, can AI generate exactly what it can generate? Yes, okay, it generates, okay, but it generates exactly what we want. Why? Because if it generates what we want exactly, then definitely it will replace you in the sense it replaces the humans. Right, now see about the thing, it will definitely do that one or not. Okay, first see here, first, if you open any AI tool, a generative AI tool, maybe a chat GPT of the things, first give a prompt like, example, write Python code for login system. You just give that code prompt, and after giving, you just observe the output. AI will generate the code instantly, or like what code it generates. It grows generates instantly. That's what all you know, and it looks better at the first glance also. Okay, now see about this practically. Okay, now see about the thing. Okay, I'm opening the chat. Wait. Okay, wait. I'm opening the ChatGPT. Okay, here I'm mentioning the same prompt like, right? A Python code for login system, right? Login. Yeah, guys. Now see here. Now if you give the prompt, it will generate the code. That means that's what we discussed in the generative way. The generative is nothing but it generates the code also. Okay, here we're taking the one example like it generates everything, each and everything. But here we're taking the code. Okay, now which thing we're using that? Generate the code for login system. Okay, now see here. First load the user, exist a path. Now see here, first registration is important, right? But see here, first it checks the thing username input username. That means it takes the accept the username, and if the username is already present in the user, that means the username is already present in the users, then it will print the user already exists. Okay, it's good. If it is not present only, it is going to ask for the password, and after giving entering password, it converts the password into the hashed password for security purpose. Okay, it is good. It's very good. And after that it saves the user. Okay, and it gives the message also registration successfully or registration successful. Okay, after that, okay, this is a registration. Okay, it looks very good, right? And after that, here I mentioned check things login system. This is the registration process, and this is the login process. Here we are giving the username and the password, right? Okay, checks the enter username and enter password. After entering all those things, okay, it converts the hash password, your password, your login system at the login time. You give the password, right? And that password is also converted to hash password and checks the things. Okay, if the username in the users and the username is double equals to the hash password, both are equal. At the time, it is going to mention like a login successful, and otherwise it prints like a invalid username or password. Okay, up to here it very good, right? Actually, see here, observe it carefully. It generates the code that actually how the login system works. Okay, first registration, we have some username, password, all those things, and then login system, we have these things. Okay, same like that, it can create the thing. But see, observe it carefully. It misses something. What it misses something? Here it misses some validations. In the registration, during the registration, it mentions like username. If already username present, then it prints the user already exists. So you pass the what we call as a new username. But here we have some content like you must and should follow some length of username. Okay, suppose it must be some characters, some minimum of 4 characters or minimum of 3 characters of username. And the password must and should contains alphabets like uppercase letters and lowercase letters and digits also. Digits and numbers also. Okay, like that, these are the validations. You need to must and should all use all those things, right? Then only it will becomes the production ready code. Okay, so in a login system also, if the continuously if you did the continuous 3 attempts, 3 failed attempts, then it will give you some message like it is what we call as some time. It pause some time. Okay, please log in for after some time like that. Okay, these are the validations, right? So for that one, here I'm giving one more thing. Add validations. And here one more thing you miss is that there is no adding into there is no connection to the MongoDB also. MongoDB are database auditor, it is not only MongoDB. Here there is no connection for the databases also. Why? Because if the connection in the database, then only it stores in the database, right? Then only will become the production ready code. Okay, now see here I'm mentioning only add validations. Now observe here. Okay, I'm mentioning the add validations. Now see, observe it carefully. Now it generates the code. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, now here it adds the 2 extra methods for validate username and validate the password. Okay, And in the validate username, it validates like if not username, mention like username cannot be empty. Okay, that means if you register without giving any username, at the time it will raise one error. And if you pass anything at that time, and if that number of characters is less than 4, it raises one error, that is username must be at least 4 characters. Okay, and you if it not rematch of this thing, okay, not up to here, then mention like username only contain letters, numbers, and underscore. That means it is not in these cases that if you have used any other special characters, all those things, at the time it will raise this error. Okay, it must and should number contains the letters, numbers, and underscore only. Okay, this is the validation for username, and this is the validation they added for a password. That is, if not password, okay, that means if you the password is empty, at the time it messages, sorry, gives the message like password cannot be empty, and if it is the length of the password is less than 6, then it mentions like a password must be at least 6 characters long, and if not alphabet A to Z, that is uppercase letter, if not uppercase letters in the password, then it mentions the prints a message like password must contain at least one uppercase letter. If it didn't contain any lowercase letter, then prints this message. And if it didn't contains any numbers, it prints this message. Right? That means here it had some validation, but still it is not ready. Why? Because here it is no connection for the MongoDB the database, and this is not for the not good for the production ready code. That means what here exactly I want to tell you is, now we see here the practical example, right? How code exactly generates. Okay, now see here. That means now see here, now sorry, already we see about how is the code exact, this the generative exactly creates what we want or not. Okay, now first we give the one prompt, after that we observe the output. Okay, and that means we looks for some incorrect, okay, things. After that, what we did, we given some we identified some issues. Okay, there's a missing validations, no database connections, and no production ready code. Okay, that's why after that, what we need to do, we give the improve the prompt. What we improve, like we mentioned, like add requirements like validations, error handlings, database connection, like that we mentioned, and automatically it will add that one. That means in the Shopify, we after that we observe, and still we have some the improvement output. That means output improves and still not perfect, right? That means what we observed from this thing is, yes, AI will generate the code, but that is not exactly what we want. Okay, that's not exactly what we want. That means AI generates output, but human intelligence is required to refine it. Without human intelligence, AI alone can't do any work. That's the thing you need to remember. Okay, and so will AI replace the humans completely? This is the question. Now think about this question. After giving this example, think about this question like AI will replace humans completely. Let's discuss about this thing now. Will AI replace the humans? You can now see here. Yes, AI can replace the humans in some cases. Where means in automation. That means where we have repetitive tasks and a routine tasks, it will replace. And for data processing at a high speed, okay, and 24/7 availability. That means AI will can replace these things. Suppose if you take it as a AI chatbots. Okay, before AI getting AI customer support, AI customer support. Okay, before that one, there is a manually we need to think. At the time, we have only in situation in particular time only we need to discuss the things. Have any queries? Suppose if you take in a morning 8 to night 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, like that only. Okay, yeah, if you get any queries or any issues with other than those times, customer support is not available. But after AI, it is a 24/7 availability, not fatigue. Okay, and it reduces the manual effort also, like this. Okay, in these places, in these forms, AI will replace the humans, but humans are still needed in creativity and innovation. and they are still needed in critical thinking and decision making, and they are still needed in understanding the real world context, and they are still needed in handling the unexpected situations. That means if you take the real example, like AI can generate the code, that is a previous example what we studied, what we said. Okay, AI will generate the code, but still it needs the debugging, it needs customization, it needs the logical improvements. Who will do all these things? All things is are done by the humans only. That means AI is powerful tool, but it still depends on human intelligence. AI is a powerful tool, not there is no doubt at all. Okay, but it still depends on the human intelligence. That means AI will not replace humans completely, but it will change how humans can work. Okay, see about how they will change the humans work. Future of work with AI. Okay, how work is changing means earlier we have a 10 people required for completing a one task, but now we have 1 to 2 people plus AI tools is enough to complete the same task. That means here the work is become faster and more efficient. Now you have a question like, okay, now I to now say that what we call as AI will not replace the humans completely, but here it change come what we call as a replaces almost 8 people's. Okay, here observation we have only 2 people's jobs and AI tools. That means AI replaces that 8 people's. What about 8 people's means? For those people's, but important change is here for those 8 people's. That means jobs are not disappearing completely. New roles are being created for those 8 people's, and those new jobs are based on the new technologies or new concepts, but those are the high paying and high promising jobs in the market today. Okay, that means you need to adapt those new technologies, that's it. Okay, and you they will instead of disappearing the jobs completely, they can create the new roles. Which one? This AI technologies will create the new roles and the new opportunities. Okay, and that means new opportunities are like AI engineers, data scientists, prompt engineers, AI product developers. These are the new product, sorry, new opportunities we have. Okay, which AI will generate. And these opportunities, not only these, we have some lots of more. Okay, that's here, but here I mentioned only some few roles or opportunities. Okay, from these are all the high paying roles. Okay, and see here, AI is not removing the jobs. It is not removing the jobs, it is transforming them. It just transforming the jobs from, that means normally we implemented or we did some talks. That means if you take some revolution, industrial revolution, all those things. Okay, if you take a simple thing, before transportation, we will go means suppose before autos and all those things. We have some rickshaws, right? Okay, at that time we have the rickshaws carries only 1 or 2 peoples. Okay, but now auto will carry a 10 peoples at the time. That means 5 rickshaws. That means 5 workers are replaced with one auto. Means one person is enough for 5. That means at the time, at the situation, that 5 members are replaced with 1 people. But is there any what we call as a issue with the thing? Issue with the income? No. After that, some new skills are new. What we call as a roles are come. Okay, after autos we have some new jobs or new opportunities, like you we have a tires, that is thing, and we have some engines, we need some engines. Okay, we need some petrol. Okay, and we have some mechanics jobs. Okay, that means we have some new, that means we need to change our thing, we need to transform ourselves we need to adapt ourselves to the environment. That is the changing things. We need to adapt the trend. Okay, we need to change according to the trend. We need to transform according to the trend. That means AI will not replace you, but a person who using AI will replace you. That is the main thing you need to remember. The person who you using AI will replace you. So ready to adapt the thing, adapt the what we call as a these technologies, and ready to learn the things, and ready to adapt the new technologies, and ready to transform yourself, ready to update yourself. Without update, no one will what do we show interest on you. Okay, no one means if you are playing a simple game, the game will not giving any updates. You are not showing that much interest on the game. That means a simple game is also need a update. But how? What about ours? Okay, it is a complete life, right? Okay, you need to carry our life. Entire thing means we need to transform. We need to update ourselves. Okay, there is a new update in our future tech. Okay, so update yourself and learn accordingly. Yeah, thank you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. That's it. Any questions, guys? Any doubts?
Yeah, thank you, Neil, for the
Yeah, okay.
informative.
No, sir. Yeah, thank you, Malik. Thank you. Yes, I mean, Sai can continue the session with a different one. Yes, you can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, Neil. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good morning, all. This is Sai Teja. We'll be going through the workshop on data visualization. Yeah, I hope the screen is being shared to you. Can anyone just confirm it? It's, yeah, I hope the screen is being shared to you. Yeah. So we'll get started with a data visualization. Let's before diving into so what is data visualization. So hope we all know. So let's consider it as even a little definition regarding data visualization. It's all about visualizing your data. And so let's consider a scenario where which one is more comfortable for you to just go through. So let's you have a on left side you have a reading your raw data. So which is a regular thing you used to do. And same thing, if I provide you a visual regarding that to just get known to what's been happening. And obviously you'll just go through picking a chart. So why are you picking a chart over a raw data? Because it's clear to understand and you need not to worry about peeping into entire data, so which month, it's how the sales is being going on, right? So it's a time consuming process. Over this, the simple thing is, so you'll convert all your raw data into a visual format, so which will make you a better understanding over your data. And then we'll just go through, so what is data visualization? It's all about your graphical in the representation of your data and transforming your complex data sets into your visuals, and which simplifies you for a better decision making and making a better insights, and you will be able to find your all patterns and trends being going on with. I hope we all been used social media on daily basis, right? So I hope you just go through so how they utilize our user interaction. They'll keep tracking record of, let's say there are billions of users to the Instagram, and how they process things, like they don't go with a billion people's data at once. Instead they'll go for a visual dashboard, so which will tell them what are the key metrics and performance indicators, and they can plan accordingly. So it's all regarding, if you just map things in this specific way, you have a graphical representation is easier to understand and grasp and faster to communicate. And you have a like, it's clear you have a statistical proof that is, so maybe it's 50 or maybe it's not 60, it will be either 50 or 60, so some statistical rigor regarding that. And you have insight discovery, so you'll just go through these things. And so what is the importance of data visualization? It's all about to get a faster insights, better communication, and data driven culture. Since we are being in a data driven world, hope there is enormous, like, some petabytes of data is being generated over and over. And it's not about the data, right? So it's all about how you utilize them. Data is a digital money right now, right? So organizations are relying on people's data, whatever the social media, they rely on your data, even Netflix. So how the user interacts, what's the watch time, this all constraints will consider, let's say. And to be aligned with the business impact, data visualization have a great integration towards it, and it's a core independent to business aspects. So it's basically the stakeholders, businessmen, so they rely on going through explaining insights and plans through visualization dashboards, so which are easier to clear and communicate through people. And what are the present trends? And it's been like, from a long time it's been there, and there is a great boom for this data visualization. And can just go through so right from the past years how it have been. So there is a rise of BI tools and rise of automation, real-time dashboards, and now self-service BI tools without a manual interruption, and a lot of integrations like AI. So AI, you need not to sit for hours to think, so what are these insights and how to be planned. You can get an your AI assisted insights, and these are right now implementing. And maybe within the future, so maybe within the next 5 years or 10 years, we'll be going through so conversational dashboards and virtual reality and augmented reality analytics. And the business applications are data visualization have a key business application as, so it's all relies on business performance, the patterns and trends within the market, and interactive dashboards which depicts everything what's been happening, and which helps us to make a better decision making and for better strategies, right? And coming to real world applications, these are very few which we can just go through. And moreover, each and every organization it's been right now, so they are relying on visualizations. So maybe like people like a CEO, CTO, so they'll just go through the dashboards itself, unlike peeping into the entire data. So better communication, and there is a less time consumption, and a great communication towards the aspects and insights. And if you just go through, so how Amazon just go through supply chain, so they'll track of each order, so how many orders have been placed and what is the average order value they have been made. So they keep tracking everything through visuals, even advertising, so how the reach is being going. And even if you just take insight of Netflix, so they'll just go through so how the user spends and what is the user preferred content, so based on it how we can suggest him the best better ones, right? Even regarding fintech analysis, collaborations, and there are a lot of innovative solutions through data visualization, and it have a great cross domain integration. So even it is regarding IT, finance insights, marketing visualization, HR dynamics, whatever. And then so ecosystem overview, it's all about we just gone through the data source. At we are It's a data visualization is sequential process where you collect the data from multiple resources, and you will store within your database for efficient retrieval and storage. And then you will analyze data, so what's been happening, what's the thing within the data, what hides within this data. And later, after this brief process, you will just move on with visualization aspect. And right now, so we can just go through so what are the different kinds of data. So we have structured and unstructured data. So here is a little description of how they differ to each other. And same as structured follows some organized things and has a tabular format, so it have a columns and row format, and efficient for searching, and you can store it in a relational database. And this is less flexible as it is structured, and it follows on quantitatively. And Coming to unstructured, this doesn't go with any predefined structure. It can be anything. So it can be JSON structure and CSV. So whatever the files you can just go with. And so what is the technical pipeline of data visualization? It's all regarding ETL process. That is, so you'll extract the data and transform and load into your BI environment and database management. So it's all about how you store the data and how you retrieve the data. And even the last thing to be done is BI layer. So you'll just visualize everything in a core aspect. And coming to core tech stack, we'll be mostly using so Power BI, Tableau, and Python. And Power BI and Tableau, I hope you are well aware of these tools. You might be heard of this business intelligence tools. And regarding Python, and we'll be discussing so which one to be utilized when. So when you need a greater computation towards and greater analysis towards the data and greater processing, you'll just go with the Python. And when you have a ready data and you can clean it with the Excel, you can process it the visuals to Power BI and Tableau. And same thing we'll be discussing so within the practical session. So how we can just import data, whatever the things at all. On other sides, we have libraries of Python, so which are dedicated for visualization aspect. And right now there are emerging tools like Quillic and Sisense. And this is regarding your core tech stack and overview of tools. So Power BI, it's affordable and Microsoft centric and well-known interface to us. And at a free tier, it offers a more robust functionalities. And Tableau on the other side, it's a Salesforce centric. So it's quite even, especially in some other aspects. And these tools are also great at being at a better BI tools. And Excel, I hope you people will just go through. So we have been growing together working Excel. And right now the Excel is not just we just used right in the past days. And now it have a greater integrations, like you can write Python code within it and Power Queries. You can transform data within in ease. And there is a integration, so you can use Copilot within the Excel. And when you start data visualization, so basic data visualization, so Excel will be a great tool to start with. And here is a little comparison over your Power BI and Tableau. So same as thing, Power BI is Microsoft centric and it have a lot of great integration towards their ecosystem. And same thing as a Tableau, it is a Salesforce centric. And both are quite easier to like, once you are habited to use the tools, so they are very easy to go with. It's just you to transform data and pick a right chart need to be, and what are the labels you need to just go through. And so both are greater at scalability. And coming to affordability, Power BI is more affordable than the Tableau. And but somehow in a free version you'll get a lot of charts and graphs, right from the basic charts to advanced graphs. You'll just get everything. And regarding Power BI, you have a great connectivity towards their Azure tools and whatever the Microsoft ecosystems. And I think this is as far fine a little description about how two things, and we have just gone through the emerging trends even. So what are the essential skills you need to just go through? So you need to master SQL for efficient data storage and dashboard design and going through a better storytelling. Even it's not about to make visuals. You need to explain the visuals, what's been happening. So people, the audience aren't aware of what's been going on. So you need to explain things. And here are the best practices. What are like, so maintain a minimal clutter. You need not to go for a complex charts or need to make a grander visuals. And picking your right chart is a one efficient thing you need to just, you not to fill your dashboard with each and every chart you have. Instead you'll pick a right chart for right communication. That's it. And coming to future value, there is a great rise within the data visualization as we have a greater integrations through ML, AI. So we have great integration towards, and it's been scaling in a epic way. That's it. And so coming to project ideas regarding Power BI, there are many business centric projects. And like you can just go with fraud analytics, sustainability reporting, customer retention. So a lot of projects out there, and we'll just go through. Oh my. So at first I'll explain you. So the process of how you just go through visualizing aspect. At first you will just go through. Firstly, you need a data set. You need to work with the data set, and it's all about a source. And there are a lot of sources to collect your data, and there are plenty of things. So based on your problem statement, and mostly we'll be using. So whatever the Kaggle, it's been most like central repository for all your data sets. You can find enormous data sets out here. And right now we'll just go through a data set which is a planet data set. It's all regarding, so when the planet is being discovered, and it's regarding a NASA. And we'll just explore the data card of this. So we'll just go through. Yep. So this is our data set. And if you just go through, so here we have a, like, you need to explore the data at first. This is the most crucial thing. You need to explore your data card. So let's say I have a planet name, so number of stars around it, and what is the discovery method, and which in year, like which specific areas have been discovered, and so on, so things. So it's all about, so what data it specifically contains. So we'll get known to, so how to work with this data. And next thing is, so we'll just go through. I have CSV file downloaded. I have downloaded it already, and we'll just go through a basic visualization. So how we'll just go through these things. And so I'll explain you a few things I know. Let's go through. I'll list out what are the imports I have just gone through, and what are the charts I have just been working with this, right? So here are the my imports, basic imports, which are pandas or numpy or basic data analysis tools. So, and then on other side I have a plotly and scikit-learn for so basic ML. So you will get some extensive, since it's a scientific data set. You need to go through with minimal clusters even. Let's say I'm importing this via URL even. So pandas helps you to just go with accessing the specific site, and you can just provide it an URL. You can just get it the data itself. So you can just get known to have a downloaded raw data for 6273 exoplanets. Right now I need to, usually data will have inconsistencies, right? What are the inconsistencies that might be? So null values, which are empty values even, and duplications. So in order to deal with this, at first we'll drop all the things. So what are the things we'll majorly concern is, so what is a planet mass, what is a planet radius, and orbital per rotation. And you can just get known to, so here are the values, so which will provide it as a conditions, and we'll categorize accordingly. And hope this is like, what are the constraints are, based on the choices you will describe, so what planet it is, whether it is a gas giant or a Neptune like planet or a super earth like us, and whether it's a rocky, so what kind of planet it is. So this is a basic analysis we'll just go through. And forget this, we have used a little ML for clustering. So we'll have a detailed depiction about our planet data. Another side we'll just go through plotting things. So how, I think we can move on towards visuals even. I think, let me go through the visuals. Yeah. So if you just go with a basic EDA, so exploratory data analysis, what's been happening? If you just go with, so what is a count of planet along with a radius? So you can categorize, so how many planets are categorized into this, so which have a greater radius, and how many planets have a, and you name it as, so planet radius distribution, and how the mass versus radius. So if you consider the overall clean planet, so we are working on a clean data set. So we have removed all the null values and the redundancies, and this is how you just map things. So on either side you'll compare mass of the planet and how the radius of the planet. It follows you how the behavior, and even it provides you the things regarding so orbital structure. Unless the next thing is you need to go with the correlation towards so systematic distance along with the orbital per second, right? So here we have a future correlation where you can just go through the scores depicts the one depicts the a stronger correlation between the two aspects. So whenever you just go through, so this one value depicts so this like in shorter terms you can just get known to so this planet orbital per second, so it is strongly correlated towards a distance between the planets. And can just go with, I think this is fine regarding this. And we have a 3D plot regarding so 3D scatter plot. So based on the data, so which is very limited right now, so we'll just go through so few planets to be within our limitation, and can just explore to other things. And you are done with this basic charts, and I'll just go through, I think, yeah. So this is all regarding a same data set, but instead of we'll just pick three main constraints to over conclude few things. So what is orbital analysis of each planet, and so what is a cluster? Like you can just go with a basic clustering towards a scatter plot regarding this. And we have a 3D cluster cosmic view of planets, and you have a detailed view of so what are the coordinates and what are the clusters and the planet, so you can get all like details regarding the planets. And this is how you process through Python. So when you have you're dealing with the same thing, and we'll explore the same thing with the Tableau even. Let me stop sharing. On another side we can just go through the Tableau. So hope you can just see the Tableau screen. It is the same data set which I have been cleaned. Let's say I'll just show you. So this is a raw data set what you have just gone through. And right now you can just go through so what are the data set details. So what does each thing refer to? So PL for a planet name, host name. So so these are the basic things regarding the data set, what it is and all the abbreviations regarding this. And this is my data set, and this is a cleaned one. I'll show you the cleaned one. So you can just get known to so the cleaned data set. So basic EDA is being performed within the Excel itself. I have cleaned and removed redundancies to Excel with it, since I'm dealing with a Tableau dashboard. And the next thing is I hope you can just go down to so whatever the first thing is all your futures, so which are column names itself. And let's try to so you can just go through the tables whatever you just go through. So these are the metrics, and the only thing you need to go through is pick a right chart right out here, and you need to analyze it. So there are few constraints, like if you want to make like show something like time series data or any series data, you'll just go with a line chart. So basic things, and you can just mention it as with so usually the line chart will be the regular line chart will be in this specific way. So where you have so x and y labels mentioned as so with respect to discovered year and the planet name, right? Just a second. Yeah. So this is how so within the series. So I want to know with so which planet have been discovered in which year. So you can just get known to so most number of planets have been discovered in 2016. That is a count of 1432 planets have been discovered in this particular year, right? And then, so if you're going to go with a step path, you can just go down to same thing. So even brief note on this. And let's go with a coordinate plot where you will just get known to, so the what are the sum of radius of regarding planets and discoveries some even. So we'll have things like, so what, how it have been discovered, and it's all regarding a summations which represents you. So the galactic distributions of all these planets. And another chart, so you can just get known to a basic bar chart which depicts so which planet is being discovered with which method. That is, so discovered facility, so how it's have been discovered and which are the most used methods regarding this. And another side we can just go through, so these are a basic visuals we have done, right? So a scatter plot regarding, so what is the relation between your planet mass along with the planet radius, you can just get known to, so how the spread is going on. And this is how you visualize things, and I'll keep it a structured thing with all visuals into my unified dashboard. And this is a Sankey diagram, so it is advanced visual, so which will map you things regarding, so regarding you can go through multiple aspects to compare in with. So I have each planet data accordingly, so each stand will depict you, so each planet data. So and it is structured into, so whether it is a gas planet or earth size planet like super earths, Neptune like planet, and super earth, right? And this is all regarding, so now you can just go through so how it's have been, and you can create a storyboard even through this, I think. Yeah, so you can just go through the golden age of cosmic discovery. So within the 2016 year itself, there is a great discoveries of planets of 1432 planets have been discovered, and even the same line chart and mapping the void, so how the distance between the planets been going on, right? And you can just go through, like it's all about your storytelling, a sequential flow when you're just going through explain these things. And so this is how you make a your story dashboard regarding Tableau. And it's the same data set we have been going through, so whatever the Python along with the Tableau even. And we'll just explore e-commerce sales dashboard towards Power BI, and I'll show you the dashboard, and we'll just move on with some other aspects of. So for Power BI, I have been gone through so a different kind of dashboard. So I have been gone through so e-commerce sales. So it's all regarding appliances. So whatever the products have been purchased, and what is the average amount made by it, and average order value. And I'll explain you the key metrics, and I hope this is how a Power BI dashboard would look like. And this is an interface of Power BI, followed by let's follow through the key performance indicators. So these are summarizations of entire data set. So what is the amount it's been made on an entire sales quartile, and followed by so sum of quantity, and what's the profit being made, and what is the average order value, right? So regardingly, with respect to the entire year, I have just been divided it into four equal quartiles, so we'll have a more engaging towards so what's been happening through this quartile. Let's go through, so what are the constraints I have been gone through, so what I need in real time. So I need some of, like, state wise what's the amount made by, and sum of quantity by payment method, so which payment method being user are using more, so you can just get known to, so it's all regarding COD. And mappingly you can just go through, so from different states, and what is the sum of amount made by cash on delivery itself. And what are the mapping things? So some of categories which are majorly bought through COD, and what's the profit made by month, and everything is mapped together, so you have a great control on your data. And same thing, you can just go through multiple quartils even. And mostly, so how many people have been gone through EMIs. So it is how interactively dashboards would be, and since it's even a Power BI dashboard, and you can just go through so how the quartiles like performance is being going through the quartiles even. And right. And yeah, if you have any doubts, you can just go through. And so if you have any doubts, you can just ask me via chat even. No worries, we'll just go through. So let's. So these are the project ideas we have been gone through. So these are some kind of projects, and there are a lot out of many domains you can work together. And so let's discuss what are the career paths in data visualization. So whatever the domain it is related to, like data or a data science, it's a core process of visualization have a great integration towards every other data engineer even. So the career path goes like, so the basic thing, you can just go through a data analyst, and you can be a business analyst and marketing analyst. So more on visualization engineer, even visualization experts even. And right now there is a great boom for this, and this is all regarding a data visualization. And if you have any doubts, you can just go through. And so have any technical queries, you can just like I mean being in WhatsApp group too, I have dropped my contact details out here. And we have a couple of minutes, and we'll just move on with the other session, so the cloud. And meantime, you can just ask me if you have any doubts. Yeah, thank you, Karthik. And I think we can move on for the next session, that is cloud regarding. I'll just start it with. So I hope you people can stare at a screen. So yeah, can anyone can just confirm whether the screen is visible for you guys? So I hope it's visible. Yeah, I'll get started with our cloud session. So how many of you just have a overview about what is cloud? If you aren't able to speak, you can just keep it in a chat box too, and it's fine. Yeah, no worries. We'll just going through everything regarding cloud, all about what are cloud technologies. So cloud is nothing but it's to reach all the your like computing resource via internet. Let's say you will be using applications to day to day life, right? We are being like accessing websites or any other things. So Anyhow, you have an idea about how they have been like interacted towards with you. Since a website is developed somewhere on the cloud service and you are accessing through internet, and anyhow you just have an idea about how the internally cloud works and what is a cloud regarding. So one such thing is, so cloud arises as a, there is a huge problem statement for us is the mostly infrastructure to maintain. If I need to deploy an application through my domain itself, so like from my existence itself, I need to set up a lot of servers too. So in order to like reduce the latency, and I need to go with a greater computation units, I need some GPUs to be performed for a computation. So in order to overcome these things, so there is a rise of a cloud, so which made everything with internet. I hope we have been using Google Photos, Google Drive right now, yeah, even OneDrive regarding Microsoft. So it's all about cloud. So when you have an internet, you can access anything from a internet over. You can access your computing resources, and you can access your mobile, like you can access even storage. So there are a lot of compatibility with cloud. It is not for a deployment itself, it's all about your storage even. So mostly whenever your deployed application doesn't communicate with your local DB, you can just buy a storage itself in a, like if it's AWS, you'll just go with a S3 bucket, same as. So the attend we can just go through. So it's all about delivery of computing services through internet, and all regarding servers, networks, AI, and everything. And we'll just go through. And if you have an internet, you can access any of the compatibility towards cloud from anywhere. If you have a mobile and a basic internet, you can access everything, right? If you just go with, we'll explore the major platforms right now. You have a thing like three major things. We have AWS, Microsoft Azure, GCP. We are well known to these things. And AWS is been a large upholder of a cloud things, and it's all uphold, so about 70% of the market share. So most of the users are being into AWS since because it have a quite good interface, and along with a quite great resources, and right now day-to-day updation towards whatever the edge tools right now. So it is a broadest service for your compute storage and data, and it have a lot of integration right now towards your AML and even agentic AI within it right now. And Microsoft Azure, so it's a standard one where people are being enclosed within a Microsoft centric, so they are being relying on with this Azure ecosystem. And so it is an enterprise grade thing, and it have a strong great integration towards their Microsoft applications, and who are being within a Microsoft centric. And coming to GCP, it's right now evolving into, so like third large platform regarding the cloud. And these are the three major things you can just remember to. So these are the three major cloud platforms right now. And let's move on for, so what is all cloud like is about, cloud is all about. So cloud is not just regarding the servers, cloud is not just regarding the networking, and not just regarding with the storage itself. It's a combined thing of the core aspects. So how to make this computations even going with a larger scale. Right now you can just consider Netflix as a example. So hope you know how you streaming is being going through you. So it's not coming right from the Netflix server itself. So they have multiple servers in multiple regions. Let's say for India, there might be a nearest region nearby England or nearby, so any other resources. Through data centers, the data streaming is being going on. And from the data centers, the main service, so it uses, so how the streaming is going on. And cloud upholds the monitoring even, so how the streaming is being performed, and is there any issues. So this is all regarding a cloud. So since we are interacting through cloud resources, just because we are not aware of things, so we've been using Netflix and we are watching movies, and we doesn't know how they store our data or store the movies, and how they process the streaming, how they handle this load on this their servers. I know we have been, so billions of users are being using Netflix at a time. So how they deal with this? And the cloud is a solutions and microservices within the cloud itself. And what are the prerequisites? A system, so what are the basic laptop and even mobile. And right now you are accessing your Google Photos or drives regarding your mobile phone itself, right? And a stable internet connection and basic computer knowledge, and these are efficient things for you. And basics of networking, that will be fine. So cloud computing is all about your storage and processing power and databases. These four words will be a great suit to explain what is cloud computing, right? So rather maintaining a local hard drive, you'll use an on-site driver, or like you'll be accessing everything through internet. And how does it works? So it is not a one such physical thing. So it is a global network of all remote servers located in a high secure data centers around the world. So it's a core internal and a large amount of process which regarding so how you maintain the data. So data centers, so what does data centers refer to? So these are the centers where you have uphold of your physical drive units and processing units and all other regarding the maintenance of all your data and even this computing resources even. And one such thing is, so the same thing, your Google Photos, whatever, OneDrive, your photos are not streaming right from the Microsoft service or Google servers. They are right from the data centers nearby you. And what type of cloud services? Mostly we have three of major cloud services that are software service. So you need not to build anything. So there are quite out solutions right out there. So people are made some applications right out and they have deployed. So you can use it via browser itself. So you can access the front end itself. So you might go with so whatever the service you require. The example is, so you'll be using Google Workspace and Slack and Salesforce right now. This is all regarding software as service. So you need not to worry about maintaining things and how to utilize. So it's all about to going through things like, so they are made like pre-builtly made. And platform as service, so like Google App Engine, you can build apps with inside with it. You have Vertex AI, so lot of AI tools regarding the cloud to build applications, Gen AI applications, etc. And infrastructure as service, as we don't have any physical GPU, you can access it via virtually. Through virtual service, you can access your storage and even computation resources like you can just go through refer to like GPUs and processing units and even CPU units. So you can access through virtually. And what are the key benefits of cloud? So now they have been so entirely cloud being into pay as you go. You not need not to go through a subscription where whether you use or not you need to pay. So you will go with whatever the resources you will be using. You will be built for the specific aspects itself. And scalability, you need not to worry about these things as the growing users go through the it will scale automatically, and we have a Kubernetes on the other side which deals with the scalability even. And you can have microservices within your cloud infrastructure too, and you have a security and reliability too within this cloud. And so what are the key benefits? Right now we are just going through, so mostly these are key benefits and we'll just discuss how it have been. So containerization, we'll just pack everything together. So if you build an application, so you'll pack it within a like it's the same kind how you pack things within a card box. And Docker is one such thing you'll use for containerization. You'll pack all these things like whatever the libraries, configuration files within it, and you'll containerize it. And next thing is to deploy. So hope you just go through. So it's not about deploying your application. Let's say my application can uphold only 100 users. What if the traffic have led to 200 users? There itself occurs the need of Kubernetes, which scales automatically through nodes and workers. So it will scale automatically based on the user interaction and traffic, and it deals with all your load balancing. So it's all regarding, and this is all regarding possible through your Docker and Kubernetes. And right now it's not about learning things, and you need to just go through the things like, so you need to have a certifications, that is you need to certify through this any of AWS, Microsoft and GCP to make sure you're a certified cloud developer. So The certifications goes like foundations associate, and so like you have multiple certifications over a cloud and projects. It's in order to an evident of how what we have learned and demonstrate your practical experience towards so what you have learned. And resume to mention what you have just gone through, so you need to mention whatever you've been through and what you have built. And so what type of projects will do, so we'll just go through. You need to build a real-time projects and going through multiple cloud architectures and getting known to so each of the microservices and how to sustain within it. And what will be a learning outcomes of you when you just complete with this cloud computing skills. So you'll have a great knowledge over so three of the cloud skills, so whatever GCP, AWS, like Azure, so based on you what you rely on and what's the amount of you just uphold, and what are the career opportunities towards cloud. So there are a lot of career opportunities start out here. That is, you can be a cloud engineer, so who design and implement so how the cloud like services should be architectured and how they need to be designed. And DevOps engineer who deals with development and operations at a parallel and who maintains the CI/CD pipelines, so integration and deployment. And even a data engineer, so who maintains and builds a data pipelines, and even a developer and cloud consultant. And this is all regarding. Yeah, thank you guys. And if you have any doubts, you can just go through.
Yeah. Thanks, Sai. So, students, if you have any doubts technically, you can just ask to Mr. Sai Teja. If you don't have any doubts, I'll just take a quick 5 to 10 minute session about the career opportunities and about the future plans of yours who are attending this seminar, whether it may be have completed the graduations or currently studying the final years or anything. So, this session, this 5 to 10 minute session is completely about your future plans and what type of the courses you will be having inside the Andhra Pradesh without going anywhere to outside of the states like Bangalore or Chennai, and that to the industry exposure and industry type of skills, what type of the you courses university is offering. So I'll just give you a glance. One second. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible, right?
Yep.
So the first and foremost, as I told you, this SV University and Exafluence company, the industry, has collaborated and introducing the industry integrated programs, that is MS Data Science program, which we are started from 2023. So this is an industry integrated data science program, and you are seeing the slide is academia and industry connect with Exafluence Inc USA. So what is an industry integrated program and what is academia and industry connect? And what Exafluence is doing with SV University, I'll just give you all the details. So before getting into the courses details, I would like to give the glimpse about the Exafluence, who is Exafluence and what Exafluence is doing. So Exafluence is a US based software company which is working with completely a data science projects which founded in 2015 in USA. We have headquarters in USA, New Jersey, and Texas, and we have offshore development centers in India. We have Tirupati, Bangalore, and Chennai. Tirupati is the head office from offshore development center, where 150 plus employees are working in Tirupati location itself. And we have offices in Bangalore and Chennai. And the global presence what we have is USA, UK, Dubai, Canada, and Singapore. So this is the global presence of Exafluence, and what the verticals what we are working is healthcare, retail, IoT, finance, and Industry 4.0, which is mainly focused in artificial intelligence, machine learning, generative AI, and data science technologies. So Exafluence strength is data science. So we and you are seeing the studio called EXF Digital Studio, where this is completely built by the Exafluence, and there are 18 around 18 pre-built applications we have created for our clients to their day-to-day problem solutions. So most of the our USA clients are whitelisted our products to their websites for their daily usages and their daily problem solutions. So this is the very short glance about the Exafluence, and you can go to the exfdigitalstudio.com to in the Google, you will be finding our pre-built applications, what are the technologies we have used, and what type of the problem statement we have got from the client, and what is the challenge we given to them. And coming to the company profile, you can go to exafluence.com, where you can having a complete company profile, what type of the industry we are working for, what are our who are our partners, and what is the technologies we are working for, and the global presence of us. So this is a very short intro about the Exafluence. And now, why SV University with Exafluence Inc? So SV University is offering a data science programs. So what if like Exafluence is having a strong data science capability? So both collaborated and giving these courses under the industry integrated programs, so that the student will be having the industry exposure before getting into the market. So how this works? So industry integrated programs by SV University in collaboration with Exafluence Inc USA. Forget about the SV University and Exafluence. So this type of industry integrated programs, what is the role of university and what is the role of industry involving? So the role of university is completely taken by the administration part. Like they can take whatever may be the university you are enrolling for, you will be getting taking the admissions from the university, and examinations will be conducting by the university, and the certificate will be directly from the university. These are all the university part. And coming to the industry part is the delivery part. The delivery part is completely taken care by the company with the industry faculties, mentors, hands-on practical sessions, real-time projects, internships, and not less than placements. So these are all the role of university and industry. So the coming to the course structure, so we are all having even in the SV University itself, there are 54 departments are running under the SV University. There are multiple courses in the SV University. Why these industry integrated programs are apart? Because this type of industry integrated programs, the course structure will be designed with both academicians and the industry persons. So academicians will know the rules and regulations of the university as per the higher education, and the industry will know what type of the latest technologies are currently booming in the real market, and what is the current market needs, and what everything. So because as the company industry itself having an own technologies evolving, so that they both sit together and prepare the course structure for the benefit of the student, to get the industry ready and make the job ready to the graduates or the postgraduates, whoever taking this course. Additionally, this type of industry integrated programs will emphasize your additional skill certifications and the communication skills, skill development sessions, because you may have the complete theory knowledge, you may have the practical exposure, but what if you not expose yourself, and what if you are not express yourself to the interviewer? Definitely, even though you have a capability, you don't have get the placement. So whatever may be the point, in the public forum you have to speak, you have that communication skill, whether it may be the wrong or right, you have to speak first, so that you'll express yourself, then only the interviewer or whatever maybe the another person will know what is the communication you are going to do. So these industry integrated programs will emphasize that skill development sessions, additional skill certifications. So additional skill certifications, let it be, I'll give one example. So ఒక జాబ్ కి లైక్ ఒక ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆపర్చునిటీకి ఒక గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ స్టూడెంట్, one graduate student is completed btech btech 4-year btech degree without any additional skill certifications. He is having just a btech degree with a good CGPA. Coming to the other position ki inkoka student with the same degree btech with additional skill certification, apart from their btech graduate certificate, they done whatever the technology part, whatever it may be, even with the normal certification also. They, if they have the additional skill certification, the interviewer will approach, will filter first option is who is having the additional skill certification, because the student parallelly, whatever maybe the btech have completed, they put have some effort to know the new technologies or new concept other than their degree. So this type of skill certifications will accessible to your placement opportunities even after your graduation. So this is the industry integrated program details. So coming to our program details, how the course structure and the delivery will be. So coming our SV University and Exafluence program is, our course structure will be completely 20% theory and 80% practical. Because As we are a industry, we know theory will never help you out into the industry, current industry. Only it helps about your practical exposure, how much practically you are equipped. So we emphasize hands on practical sessions, case studies, practical mini projects and major projects, and completely into the hands on exposure under the guidance of the industry. So you'll be having the industry faculties will be teaching you, and industry mentors will guide you about the projects, and our technical supports and the lab faculties will be acquainted with you with the daily assignments and the practical exposure starting from the day one, so that the student will be having the real time exposure and the industry exposure and guidance from the industry. Consider this, it is not a university program. As itself it's a university program, you will be directly learning from the industry, not from the college. So this is the separate subject what we will give you the special attraction. As I told you, we have a MS Data Science program from 2023 itself. For the first batch of MS Data Science students is already passed out, and 60% of the students are placed in technology companies. I'm pressing these technology companies. Why means we we will not be in the position to get into the support roles for our students, because they are all exposed to the data science, that is that to the industry programs. We will emphasize and we will share the placement opportunities to the students only if it's related to the data science and the technology itself. So in the technology company, 60% of the students is already placed in the first batch, and the second batch students is currently pursuing the fourth semester, and the placement process is going on, and they have attempted the TCS examination and direct interviews, and they are waiting for the final approval, final confirmations. And along with that, the Exafluence company who are delivering this course will be getting the interviews. They will be recruited directly this to the students. And the third batch is currently pursuing the second semester. Now we are welcoming the fourth batch of MS Data Science students, where you are all belonging. So, and the highlights of this program and coming to the placements is top 10% of the. This is an open statement I am giving you, and in the workshop, top 10% of the students who are having the good performance in the academics and terms and conditions of the student performance in the university and the industry, they will be recruited into the company who are delivering this course, that is Exafluence Incorporation, based on the locations of Tirupati, Bangalore and Chennai. The other students, so okay, you may be having a doubt of 10% only will be getting the placements, what about the other students? So remaining 90% of the students who are left over, so even though the top 10% will also be having a interviews, for all students we will be putting in interviews, and the top 10% students will be having recruited into the Exafluence. So the 90% students, we will identify their gaps, why they have rejected in the interview, Exafluence interview, what is their strengths, what is their weakness, and where we can train them. We will provide you additional training to them to get into the other placement opportunities, and we will get into them the at least 4 to 5 technology companies of interviews to get placed before after completing the course also. So this is 100% placement assistance for all the students. The best performance students will be directly recruited into the Exafluence company with the interview, and remaining students will be giving assistance to the support for the placements. So the eligibility of MS Data Science program is who have completed their graduations. This is listed below. BSc Computer Science with Mathematics and Statistics, and BTech with CSC IT Electronics or Electronics and Communications, and BCA, which Bachelor of Computer Applications. So the admission process is already started, and you have to undergo the entrance examination. Entrance examination is scheduled on May 31st, this month 31st, and registration is already started from the March itself. And after completing the examination, based on the qualifying marks, the university, you need to follow the university admissions procedure as per the norms. So these are all the MS Data Science program, SVU MSDS Common Entrance Test, which is conducted by the Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. So it's completely an online entrance examination where you can directly write the examination from your home itself. We already started the registrations, and after this seminar, our team will be getting in touch with you if you have any doubts, and you will be getting the participation certifications along with all course details with the contact numbers. You can directly reach out with us with the registration details or examination details and even the course details also. And other than the MS Data Science program, we have the postgraduate diploma in data science, which is a 1 year program. So from the past 3 years, we only having a MS Data Science program. So but now we have started PG diploma in data science. Why means, so we got a lot of inquiries from the working professionals and even from the non-technical degrees. You saw the eligibility of MS data science. It is BTech, BSc and BCA. What if the student has completed BA or BCom or MA or MCom with non-technical degree, even with the BBA student who wants to shift their career from non-technical to technical, but the barrier is their degree. So because comparing to the BTech, BSc, BCA people, BA, BCom or BBA people is not getting that much opportunities to get into the IT field directly. So because they need some technical degree, so they have very less opportunities. So that's why we created this postgraduate diploma in data science, which is a 12 months program and part-time hybrid program. Any graduate, so the student who have completed the graduate, they can take this program even with non-technical degree, BA, BCom also. So they can directly take this program and they can directly take this program and get into postgraduate diploma in data science within 12 months, within 12 months period. If the student is really interested to upgrade themselves in a MS data science program, they can directly upgrade into the second semester of MS data science program as a lateral entry, so that the student who is having a non-technical degree, they can directly convert it into the technical degree with a 2 years program through postgraduate diploma in data science. So the eligibility I have already listed here: all engineering graduate and non-engineering graduate irrespective of any specialization. This is a 12 months program. And 1 year diploma in Python for 6 months program we are having, diploma in Python for artificial intelligence, machine learning and generative AI. So this is a 6 months program, and this is also a part-time and hybrid program. Even all graduates the same eligibility for the PG diploma in data science, this will works here also. And final year engineering students who are in the from 4-1 and 4-2 semester also take this program. The main advantage for this program to give final year students is also is they'll be having all final year semester project, final year project, final semester project. So they can directly take the academic project with the help of the industry, which is a real time live project where that will be helpful and give weightage to your profile when you are going to the placements. So with this diploma in Python for artificial intelligence, machine learning and generative AI is one of the course for 6 months, and another one is data visualization, and the third one is diploma in cloud technologies. So these are the three courses in 6 months, where you'll be having the complete capstone project in the final semester. We are all having the 2 years MS data science, 1 year PG diploma in data science, and 6 months we have three programs, which is cloud, data visualization, and generative AI, ML, generative AI. With all these programs, the model is same, only the duration is different. University will conduct the examination and giving the certification. Company will deliver the complete course modules, whatever may be the course you are enrolling. The only difference is the duration and the full time and part time. Even the student will enroll with us with completely having a full time real time live project, internship from the Exafluence, and SV University certificate, which is a credit based certificate, along with the placement support from the company for all the courses. So these are all the course details we are having: 1 year, 6 months, and 2 years. For 1 year and 6 months program, this is the eligibility any graduate irrespective of any specialization. And for this part-time programs of 1 year and 6 months program, examination date is June 14th, 2026. Registration is also already started, and this is also a completely online entrance examination. And the name of this entrance examination is SVU Data Science Common Entrance Test, where you can find these details in the SV University website, svudatascience.in. Also the notification we have published in the official website, you can go ahead and register there itself. So this is all the complete course details. Now if you have any doubts, you can just I'm open to the discussion, you can just ask to me. And as I told you earlier, you are all getting the offline students and the online students who are attended this hands-on workshop, they'll be getting the participation certification within 24 to 48 hours to your registered email ID, along with all the course details and the information what you have required. If you have any doubts further also, if you are not if you are hesitating to speak in the public forum, you can just contact with us, the provided contact details and the email IDs. Our team will get in touch with you with all sufficient details. So now if you are any doubts, I'm just open to discussion. Okay, considering no one has having any doubts, if you have any doubts, you can just contact with us. I'll give leaving my contact details in the chat box. Yeah, thank you all. If you have any doubts, you can just contact me on this number. I'll explain you remaining if you have any further more doubts.